Hello, my name is Shabika Ngwankwe. This is my poem. The African experience in America did not begin with poverty, violence, or pathology. It began in greatness. In the ancient civilizations of Africa, black people created structured societies with philosophy, spirituality, systems of ethics, and a deep sense of communal belonging. In Kemet, science and spirit were one. In Ghana, Mali, and Songhai, trade, governance, and education flourished. Human beings lived in rhythm with nature, guided by the principle of Ma'at, truth, justice, order, and righteousness. But this narrative was violently interrupted. With the transatlantic slave trade, black bodies were commodified, families dismembered, languages stolen, culture suppressed, and identities fractured. This was not simply physical captivity. It was the destruction of memory, a rupture of historical consciousness that would last for ages on the psychological health and self-conception of the African American people. The institution of slavery systemically denied the humanity of the enslaved. The whip was not the only weapon. So was misinformation. So was silence, and so was erasure. Families were legally denied marriage, had no recognition under law. Children were property. Fathers were sold. Mothers left to endure the weight of lineage alone. This dismantling of the black family was not accidental. It was strategic. Even after slavery was abolished, the damage was not undone. It was restructured through convict leasing, sharecropping, and the rise of Jim Crow. Segregation was not merely separation. It was the institutionalization of inferiority between black children. This taught them in secondhand schools that access to medical care was limited, the lives of black people were undervalued in every structured society. The long history gave rise to generational psychological trauma. Mental health became a hidden burden. Black people were expected to be strong, silent, resilient beyond reason. Pain was internalized. Hearing was deferred. To speak of struggle was to be told to move forward. But how can one heal without addressing the source of the wound? In physical health, the consequences of this history are equally visible. Black people are more likely to suffer from heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, and this isn't because of biology, but because of geography, poverty, and policy. Unequal access to healthcare, food deserts, environmental hazards, and cultural mistrust of the medical system, all shaped by historical neglect and abuse. Experiments on black bodies like those in Tuskegee remind us that medicine in this country has not always been the place of refuge. And yet, in spite of these forces, black families have persisted. They have become sites of resistance, sources of love, protection, and cultural transmission. Even under the constant pressure that we faced of separation, black communities formed extended kin and networks of other mothers, uncles by love, not by blood, elders who preserve memory, and children raised in a village-style household. Families became the shield against this world's hostility. To study black history is not to simply observe the pain, it is to understand the process, and is to see how a people, systemically dehumanized, insisted on their humanity anyway. Thank you for listening to my poem.